Welcome back to the NALCS Countdown, where we're doing this or that with Kobe and Jatt live on the Countdown for the first time. So if you're someone who watches Countdown but doesn't watch this or that on YouTube, you've never even seen this show, so here are the rules. 6 slides, sometimes it's a different number, but today it's 6. We've never seen them before, and we pick this or that. It's really simple. We could have probably never explained the rules, and people would still understand.
Great job, Jatt. Yeah. Perfect explanation. Let's pull up slide number 1 and get started. All right, bigger stomp, spring finals or summer finals?
Ooh, it's interesting because both of these series had a close game 1, followed by progressively more lopsided games. If you go by game time, it was spring, but I think to me, the feeling of summer was different with all the subs being brought in.
Also, the feeling of summer where Cloud9, there was a huge story behind them, going from 10th place and rising all the way up to the finals, only to get, 3-0'd by Team Liquid. I still am gonna say spring though. I'm going with this because that made an impression how quick that was.
If the thing you were stomping is supposed to be stronger, does it make it a bigger stomp, even if it's close to the same? Like stomping an ant versus stomping like a squirrel. Like,
no, it doesn't matter. I can stomp the. Okay, we're good. Okay. What's your answer?
Summer finals because it felt more like deflating that it wasn't close. Everyone was expecting C9 to be so good.
Spring was way faster. Spring was definitely.
Slide number 2. Do not stomp squirrels. I do not condone that. Better combination, non-swole, swole, or half-swole, because they tried all 3.
Yeah, I think they had the right progression, ending up with the half-swole or something. My right arm is bigger than my left arm.
What about the other half-swole? They didn't even see that.
Yeah, we didn't get a picture of that one, but honestly, the reasons that they went through these iterations, Blabber had a hard game in the first round, then Golden Glue got solo killed, had a hard game in the second one, so you ended up with this, so I'm gonna take the other thing.
You're gonna take half swole.
I'm gonna take half swole.
It's the best combination. That's the most experienced combination. I'd say by the record, it's actually the non-swole.
This is the original combination.
You know who else isn't swole? Xmithy and Pobelter, and they beat all 3 of them, so non-swole by definition is a better combination, and they were 8-1 at the end of the regular season, so slide number 3.
Flawless argument. Yeah. I like that one. Better top laner, Cho'Gath or Sion? Having the finals very clearly in my memory, I'm gonna say Sion just because of how ridiculously tanky he got. They got the change to his W. You can get a lot more health very easily, passively by just killing minions. True. So you get to be this big thing on the front line. People are taking Glacial Augment sometimes too, so you have to watch out.
I think the recent changes to Sion to make his max health pool so much larger, the more health he gains on last hits, pushed him over the edge because traditionally it's been Cho'Gath, the fact that he brings more crowd control and just eats the other frontliner in so many fights. But I think Sion gets so ridiculously tanky that the feast is no longer effective in taking him out, so I agree.
His low cooldown ultimate also so reliable for the engage that we've seen.
Practice your drifting on Sion Speedway. Golden Glue still a champion, although Impact was the best drifter on the final stage. Next slide, number 4 on this or that, NA's GOAT. Bjergsen or Double Lift?
It always used to be Bjergsen, for sure.
Yes.
But Double Lift has make a very good case. He has now tied him with championship titles. He won the MVP.
He's done it on 3 different teams.
He's done it on more teams. I've actually been swayed over to the Double Lift camp.
Kobe,
I'm team Double Lift.
4 MVPs.
I don't care.
To 1. Double Lift is in the conversation. And you say they're in the conversation when they're not that yet.
New argument. Every team that kicked him off after they won, he went to a new team and won with the new team.
That is big. You're gonna get a lot.
CLG kicked him off, he went to win with TSM. TSM kicked him off, he went in with Team Liquid.
I'm not a prisoner of the moment. I remember the past. Bjergsen has won 4 MVPs. He has been that for longer than Double Lift. Right now, Double Lift is the greatest of right now, but currently he's not the GOAT.
Fair enough. Right. I'm still taking that. Next slide.
NA's 3rd seed, C9, TSM, or Echo. Where's Clutch, guys? We haven't even seen that game yet on this or that. the producer bias. I'm going to say C9 because they've never lost a regional qualifier.
While they were pretty close best of 5s, I also am going to say Cloud9.
And they were in the final.
Yeah, exactly. And the final was versus Team Liquid, who had like a very solid hold on, those games. But I still think Cloud9, especially with the 7-man roster going to be in full effect, and them having more chances to utilize it, will find that success.
Yeah.
Huni not being sick, though, could be good for Echo Fox for making a big run.
Listen, any of these teams can beat any of these other teams in a best of 5, I believe so. It's just so much harder for Echo Fox because they have to win actually 3 best of 5s in a row if you count Clutch. So the fact that Satan only has to win 1 helps them. Slide number 6. which is the final slide on this or that, more impressive, winning back-to-back splits, or the Ginyu Forest pros? Or the other thing, catching that photo in that moment with the setup and the lights.
And you can't just add to the slide. You don't get to put up
That's
the
just my
post-it note.
opinion.
Honestly, though, other teams have done Ginyu Force pose in other esports as well. This one was the most crisp that I've seen. Also, Ole changed it a little bit. He's supposed to be a little bit shorter and more upright, but he didn't want to block Double Lift's head. That is a support move if I've ever seen one. I thought that was clean.
You think it's that?
I think it's definitely
You think 5 people doing a pose is more impressive than being the best 5-man team when millions of players play the game in North America?
Convince me I'm wrong, Jatt.
The 4 of us and Joel could do that with an hour of practice. We could never win back-to-back splits.
You can't do it with this confidence without first.
It's this. Kobe's being ridiculous today. That will do it for this or that live on NALCS Countdown.
Why are you emphasizing the end of the show so hard?
I don't know. We're going to go back to the desk. See you in a bit.